My DIY clay got moldy for the first time, and here's what I did to fix it. First, get my moldy clay. And then, throw it in the trash. Yes, unfortunately, that's the only thing we can do once our clay gets moldy. Yeah, that is not a fix. You can't just cut off or clean the moldy areas and continue to use the rest of the clay. Those are pretty much infected already. Heyo, my Sparks, Zane here. And in this video, we'll talk about mold growths in air dry clay. But first, what are molds? Molds are microscopic fungi that live on plant or animal matter. They can be found indoors and outdoors and are part of our natural environment. So, how do molds spread? Molds spread by producing tiny reproductive cells called spores that waft through the air. Mold spores usually cannot be seen without magnification and are naturally present in both indoor and outdoor air. When mold spores land on damp spots or surfaces, they may begin growing indoors and digest whatever they are growing on in order to survive. Eventually, molds will destroy the things on which they grow. Air dry clay needs moisture so it can stay soft and workable, which makes it prone to mold growth. Note that moisture isn't the only factor to consider, but humidity and temperature in your work area as well. So what can we do to prevent our clays from growing molds in the first place? For DIY clays like mine, we can use vinegar or lemon juice while making our clays. You can watch my DIY clay video for the recipe. Wrap them with plastic so they keep their moisture while also being protected. And store them in an airtight container. Just a quick side note, personally I use this small plastic tub for easy access when I'm actively using my air dry clays. However, air dry clay can dry out when stored like this. It will probably take about a week to dry if it's not maintained. On the other hand, jars like this are pretty airtight and very suitable for long-time storage. They're a bit difficult to open by hand, but there are tools like this that can actually help open them easily without needing someone's help. You may put desiccant together with the clay when storing it in a closed space so that it can help absorb any extra moisture. Place them in a cool, dry place. Always make sure to clean your workspace and your hands before handling the clay. Disinfect your workspace and wash your hands with soap and water. Avoid eating food while working with clay. Consider the humidity in your area. Use the humidifiers as needed. This video would not be possible if not for the continued support I receive from viewers like you and those who support me in other platforms as well. So thank you so much for helping me continue to create more contents like this. Subscribing to the channel, liking, sharing, and commenting on my videos lets the algorithm know that my videos are interesting, so it boosts my videos to reach more people. This supports my channel big time and it's completely for free. If you want to directly support the channel, you can leave a tip on my coffee or be a member of one of the 2 tiers available. You'll get exclusive perks like early access to updates and contents, access to exclusive content, and get recognition from the community by having your name on my videos. Special thanks to Mythical BCs for supporting me on Coffee back in September. Any kind of support helps me a lot and I greatly appreciate them all. You can find the link of my coffee in the description. Now let's go back to the topic. Let's talk about what else to do if ever your clay gets moldy. Throw the moldy clay in the trash. Cover it with paper or plastic to prevent the spores from spreading further. There are also health risks when handling moldy items, so be careful and make sure to dispose of it properly. Avoid sniffing it or inhaling it as it may cause respiratory issues and allergic reactions. Check other items in the same storage area if they got moldy too. Take care of them as well. Clean and disinfect the container.
In my case, I'll throw the container as well since it's an old plastic tub full of scratches. I can't be sure if any spores will remain in the tiny grooves in it, so it's better to be safe than sorry.
Clean and disinfect the area along with all the tools and equipment used. If you happen to use any paint or coloring medium with your clay, it can be a factor too. Take note of it and be careful of using it with clay again. That's it. If you know of other ways to prevent mold growth that I haven't listed here, feel free to share it in the comments.
I will include the source articles about molds in the description if you want to read more.
Now, what caused my DIY clay to get this moldy? Honestly, I'm not sure because there are various factors that come into play for something like this to happen. But I do have my suspicions. You see, this clay has been with me for maybe about 2 years now. I know that sounds like an exaggeration, but I swear it's not. If you take a look at what I've been up to, I recently switched to using mainly polymer clay with sculpting, so I haven't used much of the remaining air dry clays I got in storage. I've been maintaining this clay by resoftening it every time I need to use it.
If you want to know how I do that, I have 2 videos about resoftening clay. One is for still soft enough clay but is already starting to dry, and the other one is for hardened or cured clay.
At the same time, this clay here is the same batch as this one, but you see, this one is not affected and it's perfectly fine. So I'm thinking maybe it's not the humidity in my work area, or maybe it has a part in it, but it's not the main culprit. Most likely, I wasn't careful enough to follow the preventative measures I shared earlier when I last worked with this clay. Like not cleaning my work area enough or not washing my hands before handling the clay. But yeah, it might just be because of a whole lot of things. We will never know. Thank you for watching until here. Take care, stay safe, and stay crafty.